Okay, so same applications, like we have to create same application, that API wala. You can ask the doubts, huh? Any doubts? Same. ESP.NET Core MVC Dapper. Okay, we'll just go next. So for this again I'm not creating the extra tables, like we'll take the same table help, okay, that EMPI and managers which is already there. I'm taking my tables only, see, from our last database. This one was there na, the Core MVC wala database, right? Employee manager, we'll take this one. Manager ID is also present here, same managers are also present. Fine, we'll take this one only. So the same employees and manager we have to take, but like I want this database name na from this. So before that, like what we'll do, like what we have to prepare here. So now there is no models folder na, like first we have to create the models folder, like we'll add it because we don't have any the DB first approach wala now. So we have to create it our like own only. We'll add one models. I'll come into the app setting.json and we'll add the connection string. Okay, so like first I'll add the connection string. DBCon, then here we'll take this right, but I don't want this database na here, like we'll remove it and we have to take yes, I'll copy this database name and we have to take here. Understood till this? This is fine na here. After that, like where I have to go? No need to configure I think the program.cs for this one also, because we'll create our own file only, right? So where I have to access this, like the DBCon, as we know, like in the same ADO also, like we have access it na, the connection string by using the IConfiguration class interface. Here also like we'll do the same thing. We have to add same, like I'll create one folder, same, that is data, and instead of adding the application DB context file, here I'll add Dapper context. The same class file only, like we have to add it. No need to extend anything inside the class. It's just like the simple class. We'll give the name as Dapper context. You can give it like any name, it's simple class only. It's not like any built-in functionality. But as we discussed, like I want the IDbConnections interface, which is provided by the Dapper, and the mostly like when the extension method, like we'll use that query execute wala, so we need Dapper for it. So what we'll do, like we'll go inside the tools, we'll install the package. So I'll check for the Dapper. See, this one first. I'm taking latest version only, this. Done, it is added. Next, what I have to do? I'll again add, see, like sometime in your system it is not showing the SQL connection wala class. So somewhere we needed that SQL client class. You remember? Sometime it is happening, but sometime it is there. The SQL client, like when you are looking in SQL client, that is we are getting from the SQL client package, na? That is if when you will search for the SQL client. So here there are two SQL clients. One is Microsoft and one is in our applications we are getting by default system.data.sql clients. You can take this, either this or this one also will work. Both will work here. Okay, but sometime if the SQL connection wala class is not available, so like what you have to do, like you have to first, you need to add the package first. Otherwise sometimes see like it's showing the error for the SQL connection. The SQL connection is not found this class. Why? Because of this package only. So must make sure like that package and this both the packages should be there in your system. Right now I'm not taking because by default it's giving us the system.data.sql clients. So I'm not taking this. Understood this? We'll check later if it is not there. So inside it, like after that, like where I have to go? I'll just create the constructor public Dapper context, and what you have to configure here, do you remember that like I configuration to access the connection string? So I'll just initialize the connection string here, I configuration, and will pass object as config. We have to inject it like this, right? So config, like I have initialized here. After that, by taking the help of the config, like we'll access the connection string from your web.config na, and we have to give to the IDbConnection, which is the interface which is taking the connection. So what I'll do, like I'll just create one method which will return IDbConnection. See, it is also taking now system.data, and I'll give the method name as, let's say, get connection. It's like the user defined method, it's not built-in methods. Fine, but which is returning the IDbConnection. So it will give the connection to the IDbConnection. Then I'll show like now how it will pro. So what I have to return from this? Yes, what we have to return? SQL connection na here. See, it's not showing the SQL connection here. We'll see. See, that was all like I was showing there. Like sometime it is not showing the SQL connection class. So in that cases, like what you have to do, like just go for the package. It will show it. So instead of taking the system wala, I'll take Microsoft wala. Here only. Here also you can try, like if it is there, sometime it is not imported. So what package we need to import here? System.data. See, it's not showing SQL client. SQL client na, from the data to get it. So it's not showing. So like what we'll do, like we'll come inside it and we'll take this Microsoft wala only. Take latest wala only. It's added, so we'll come into that. See, for this also we can check. Yeah, what I want here, return. Can you see? Now it's getting from Microsoft.data.sql clients. We have this package, and what we have to return here? Config dot get connection string na, and what is my connection string name? Is this right? Correct. So like the connection string, like I'm giving to the IDbConnection. So now for performing any operations, like I'm taking the help of the Dapper context. So what I have to do first? I just register this Dapper context into the program.cs. How to register? Like we know the constructor injections. Okay, that lifetime. So before build, here I'll add, builder dot add scope. Which file like I have to add here? There is no other file because it is only one of the class we are providing inside it. Fine. Once it is done, so like now you can go for your operation. Our file is ready for operation. So also like if you want, then you can go in the same approach, that is your repo wala patterns. Okay, so here I'm not creating the DDD architectures, but we can do one thing, that we can create the interfaces and services. That we can do. What I have to do? That or direct controller wala approach? Interface. What folder like we have to create here? And one more, that is fine. So we'll come inside the interface and we have to add one interface name. What name like we have to give it? Let's say IMP repo, just give it any name here. It's your interface, no? I'm giving the interface name as IMP repo. And what repository like we have to add it? So MP repository, it's a class or interface? So we'll go for the class and we have to give the name as EMP repo. Fine. So next is what, like where I have to go now next? And also like I'm adding one controller to perform the operation. Add new controller. Which one? That is API controller. We'll give the name as employee controller. Fine. I think this work is done, like our files are ready. So like first we'll come inside the interface. What method I have to add? Like can I give the like void return type for adding employees? Yes, no, it will take it, na there. So I'll give the method as void add employee. The parameter is we need model, na, we have to create the model here. We'll add here the class. For class name, like I have to give it EMP. Fine, just give it any class name. And one more, na, like we need it here. What? So see, like this EMP class, like now I'll take as a DTO. Remember these things. It will not take as like the references over there. It will taking as like the DTO only, or I'll just like give like any other name then. Okay, because we have not migrated anything, na? So like here I'll not show any references. I'll directly take the references over there, that MID wala, foreign keys and that one, right? So I'm considering the EMP is nothing but it's my DTO. Just consider as a DTO. But how it will take it now as a DTO here? Yes, how it will take as a, like the DTO here? Let's say it is my employee model, na? What field is needed here? Property. What was the field? Yeah, na, inside the employees. Is there need to give the same name to the properties there? That is not model, na? It's like the DTO, so you can give it like any name. Just need to like fill out this like all of the field, EID, ename, eSalary and MID. You can give it any name here. Here the string, na, it is, that is ename. The next column is double eSalary and int its MID. So see, for insertion time, like we can use this one, na, that is employee. Well, consider for the insertion, like we need MID. While the fetching time, it will ask the name also, the manager name which is present inside the manager. So we can take the help of the manager DTO at that time. Okay, so like what we will do, like here now it is just like the one EMP DTO, like which is containing the MID column, which is like the foreign key only. So first we'll perform which operation, that is insert wala. First we'll see like whether the insert operation is going or not. Fine, how it will work? Repo, we have added the model and my model parameter is what? EMP, pass the object, right? Next is what? In a EMP repo, Here it's not implements, na? Here it is I. Or it's the same class, na? Fine. And we'll implement this interface here. So this is one the method, na, which one we have added. But before that, again we need to inject which file? Dapper context. So can we create object of Dapper context here? Same, we'll add the constructor emp repo, parameter is, right? Done this work. After that, like what I have to do, will come inside this method. So tell me the thing now here, like the main thing like we have to do here, na? So basically see, we have not, if you come inside this, na, you know, Dapper context file, is there any started connection? If you remember, in ADO.NET, like we are starting the connections by passing the open methods, but here it is called as like open class model. The Dapper is called as open class model, so like no need to open the connection also. It's always open. If somewhere if you don't want this connection, so you can close it. It depends on you only. But no need to open the connections. But need to create the connection here. Connection is not added, na? Still it's only the connection string like I took there. How will I get the connection from there? My connection is present inside Dapper context. Dapper context, na? Which file is giving me a connection? This one, see, this. So I need to call the get connection, na? Then only I'll get the connection here, because my connection is present inside this, right? So what I have to write here? I'll take one variable that is connection.
Inside constructor only we can do this.
Where?
Inside constructor.
There also you can do. So we'll get like the one common connection only. No need to take like the different connection individually then. Right. What we have to take here then? Context dot get connection. So I think we'll get the connection here. Right? After that, connection dot. So now I'm executing which query? So see, before it, na, like see, we have the like open command was there, na, but it is like the open line connection. So here like we'll get the one option that is no, the connection string we have added, na, here. Here we'll get the connections. Okay, yes, we have the connection con dot, yes, what was our syntax for performing the DML? Our connection is ready, no need to start it connection again. So like now we are executing which query? Insert wala, na? So can we just create the one simple procedure? Tell me procedure for it. Create proc, let's say SP, parameters, name, data type is varchar, na, here, @ salary, decimal, will give it as begin, end. What it is? Insert into, one more, MID is also there, na, comma, MID, data type, insert into which table? Employees, right? And then we'll pass the values. First parameter is our name, comma, That's it.
Sir, here I have a doubt. Suppose like our EID is identity, right? But here if you are not mentioning the columns and directly values name, salary, MID, so it will ignore the identity column and then input that in that order, or it will go into the EID?
It will ignore it, that EID wala column, yes. So is anything is necessary here now? We'll execute it. But just remember one thing here. One thing remember, if you are not passing the EID, so in an entity framework it's taking the EID as auto increments by default. But here it might be checked for the EID parameters. But that also you can avoid. That I'll show like how to do that.
But EID is
it's auto increments, yes. It's identity only. Yes, but whenever like you're calling the procedure, that time it's not taking some time. In an entity framework, it's taking directly as a auto increments, yes. In a Dapper or in a AGO, it's not directly considering it. Sometimes it is taking, but sometimes it's happening one problem. So what you have to do, like I'll show. If EID I have not passed here, the procedure is added successfully, I'll check here. This one here. So tell me like how to run this. Yes, connection dot, what was the method, extension method from the Dapper? See here also I can take it the asynchronous. What I have to do, asynchronous or synchronous? Async here. That interface we have not added, this method here. Async, sorry, task, only task. Return tab, like need to take it, we'll take integer.
Sir, invite?
In execute non-query, like what it is returning? Int. Execute non-query in DML queries. It's returning the integer value, and task is also like executing something here. So it's want the return type there. The next is what here? Execute, it will not take the execute then. It is like the one synchronous one, So for the asynchronous, like we'll get it execute async. Okay, and where I have to pass the await? Here, Execute async. The parameter is what? Take a procedure here. How to execute procedure? What is my procedure name? This, here. I am not passing the exec, it will execute this procedure. After executing the procedure, but see, like we have to pass some values, but that values are present inside the E. So here you can directly pass E also. You can directly pass E, but E will check what you are taking the properties, and it will match that properties with your the SQL queries. Are you getting my point? What I am saying? If the SQL queries or procedure which is taking the 2 parameters, but the model is giving 3 or 4 values, it will not match. So it will again raise the exception. Then it will throw the exception. So how to avoid these things then? Just you can pass the specific things whatever you want. What I want here now, I just want the name, email and name, salary and MID only. So for that, like what you have to do, like we just need to create the object here. See like how we are passing the values. Don't pass here. The second parameter you have to take like for the values. What I have to take it E dot ename. Second parameter is, and third is E dot. Is anything else? No, it will return the integer, So can I return this directly? It is returning the integer value, execute non-query. It's taking the integer value, DML, executions. Once it is done, where I have to come now? In a controller, tell me. Any confusion here? Execute async, your procedure name and just pass your parameter. If the parameters are not matching, so like no need to pass these things, you can directly pass the object, just pass E only, it will work, it will match your parameter with your query and it will give you a result. If controller, what I have to take? IMP repo na here. Again need to register the service in a program.cs builder dot add parameters comma this one na from the repository. Is understood this thing? This everyone has known now. Now we'll come into the controller. So what is the shortcut for the controller? CTOR. Fine. Employee controller like will pass one parameter, that is here here will create one API na for adding the employees. Public async task add new employee. Which model like we have to bind it? EMP. The request is HTTP. If you are not giving any route name, so it will take it na by default. It will go inside your the API request only. So here repo dot add EMP will pass this object. Here where or await? Where is needed? Just directly return it, okay. Sorry. New. Here I'll send the message. You can check the condition. It's not needed now here. We'll add employee, added, success. That's it. I think our API is ready now. Is anything is remaining here from this? Can we run? I'm changing the request. Here I'll take the HTTP. Is this one the post wala? Data. Check data, what data is present here now. Take the data here. Dheeraj, salary for testing, manager ID. One was there, na, I think. I'll execute it.
Even if it is not there, we are not currently checking that MID exists or not. Even if it is not there, we are not currently checking that MID exists or not. We are just simply
Yes, it will not check that. So see, it's saying like the name. So how to take this parameter as a consider one? It's not understanding the like parameter list, na, that argument like which one we provided here. Alright, where it is in repo. So you can just tell here ename na here. Ename but which will not matter na here.
So in the string we can
Here only, otherwise pass it. We'll just remove it. Here just give it. The interpolation is what? Interpolation. Dollar. Here. Parameter value. E dot. Here E dot. E salary, and then E dot. That's it. We're taking in a string bracket. Somewhere it will not by default accepting the values. Okay, which is not needed, you can directly pass also. Fine. We'll run again. And here I'm passing the debugger. See, we'll execute it. Debugger is on here. Data is going na here. It will come inside the procedure here. Connection is checking. Added success. We'll take here. It's added. Understood this? We'll see the fetch wala here. So for that, first we'll create the procedure. Yes. Same like what procedure we have to create it here. Create SP fetch emp or fetch emp. It's fine. Is there any parameter list is needed? Select what columns we needed here. We can take the aliases here na, in a join. E dot, let's say EID, E dot, E name, E dot, E salary. Is anything else? M dot, MID, M dot, M name.
So we can also take E dot MID.
That will also work because MID is present in employee also. That will also work.
So I think that will be more easy because inside join you will then
take anything. See, it is just like for the fetching only. M dot MID is just like fetching in a results.
No, inside join you will have to define then two things. No? If you are taking from the manager's table.
So which table like we have to join here? Join with which table? But here the aliases we have passed, na? E and here. Then condition, for the condition we are using on. So here E dot is equals to M dot MID. That's it, na? Here. We'll execute it. We'll check here itself first. Fetching, na? Here it's working. So how it will work here now? Tell me. First again, like we have to create the method, na? Here. Return type is what? List. List of emp, and then here fetch emp. Is there any parameters needed here? No. There is no need of any parameter. So we'll go inside the EMP repo. We'll implement these methods.
But inside EMP we don't have MName.
Yes, we need to add one more ETO here. The MName is not present. Again, like if you change it, so again.
But if we change it, then it will be added while adding.
The parameter we took the specific, na here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we are just sending this EMP only now. And what we'll do, like we'll just pass MName because we are sending the specific field only.
Yes.
We'll take
प्रोसीजर तो सर EID भी पास करना पड़ेगा फिर क्योंकि EID है इधर तो उधर से पास कर देंगे तो सही है.
yes, we send na EID also. I have sent. Yes. MName. Fine. So next is what then here? For fetching, tell me the same na. Here the connection we have not to gain a constructor. So need to take the connection again then here. Is equals to context dot get connection and then next con dot con dot what? And next is what? Which extension method was there? Query na? Query async. So here we'll take the async. Here it will be then con dot query async. Here we have to pass like the generic na, the type is EMP. Then our procedure is no, it's like the generics, just need to pass the generic only, don't pass the list. This is not for returning, it's just taking the generic only type, it is defining type only. There is your return type, the list which is returning. Here which procedure we have to execute now? Fetch EMP. Is anything else here? Is any parameter needed? It will fetch some data. So can we return this now directly? Or we'll take here list. It's taking the single employee, no? No, but it will not matter. The procedure it will get called here. Generic list into EMP. It will take if we what it is telling, see, cannot implicitly convert type of this EMP to here the list. So here it is returning the IEnumerable form. I'll explain you. See, there are basically two interfaces are there, IEnumerable and IQueryable. IQueryable. Two interfaces are there. So basically IEnumerable which is working on memory. So basically if suppose if I'm fetching the data from the employees, na, so like what it will do, it will give like all the data. I'll explain you like the two concepts are there. Just remind me like on Monday, like I'll explain you. Two main concepts are there, the IEnumerable and IQueryable, like where you have to use. So mostly like they were preferring like the IQueryable, not the IEnumerable. because IQueryable which is faster than the IEnumerable. There are some like the filters are there, like I'll explain you that concept. Okay, I'll just complete it first. So where I need to change it? Here also like need to make it the IEnumerable, no? And then in a controller, tell me here public async task of action result fetch employees. Request is HTTP get, and what I have to return here first, like we'll call the repo dot which method, await will store into variable which will give us the data na here, and then where I have to return this data. First of all, tell me any confusion here. See here, every time like you have to take it single employees only. This is one the generic. It's not taking the collection or anything. It is generic only. And this is your return type. What you have to return there. Understood na? Every time whenever you are fetching first employee, one employee, then also like it will take EMP only. Single EMP only. It is generic type. What type like you have to return?
Using IEnumerable, we can fetch the list of employees.
Yes.
No need to
If you are using the to listener, so it's converting your object into list form. The IEnumerable, it is like the different term, and IQueryable, it is also like the one of the different term. So basically, see, like I'll just give you a simple example. If there is my database, when you are sending the request now to like fetch the employee, let's say I have some condition, fetch the employees, their department is IT. It means like we are just looking into the employee list whose department is IT. So what it will do na? If my user request was just fetch the employee list, which department is IT. So whenever it will come to like the user request now, it will not give like the all the data, but when it will come to your the database, it will fetch like all the data. It will not check the condition anywhere. Where it will come in a database, so it will load entire data. Let's say like there are 1000 records are there now, so it will load 1000 data. Okay, where in a memory 1000 data it will take, and after that it will apply the filter there, where it is returning like the request to the user. Understood? If suppose my request is going na, like I am just returning only the IT department wala data, so it will just apply the filter on user request where the user is getting the data. But in a IQueryable form na, how it is going, from where you are fetching na, from the memory, it's applying the filter on your memory itself, and then it will just collect your the filtered data only from there. Understood? IEnumerable, it's taking the all data, where the IQueryable which is taking the filtered data only. So that's why the IEnumerable which is taking the more load on the memory, where the IQueryable, it's a simple term only. Just remind me like Monday I'll give you like more brief about it. These two terms, like I just forgot it to like show it like in a Core APIs. Okay, so I'll run it now. This question was there in that PDF, yes, it was there, which is very important term, just do prepare it.
API हमने use किया है वो filter करते समय
IQueryable, yes. So see, this is one the get request. I'll execute it. Yes, yes. Can you see here? It's fetching like all of the employees with their manager name. Understood or not? See, only this one line of code only.
सर अगर सिंगल डेटा रहेगा तो अगर EMP बस देंगे टास्क में भी
Here only the EMP. If you are fetching only the single EMP, so it will take only the EMP in return. It will not take the IEnumerable then.
like for ID
Clear? See, if you compare with the ADO which is taking the data reader or data list or data table, like it's taking, but there is no use of that. It's directly mapping this data with your procedures. What are the data you pass inside the table? Understood? So that's why it is faster as compared to EDO and NGT.
So, sir, here there is no need of ETL